Before teacher housing, I had to pay just rent, and I had nothing left.
I had educators that were couch surfing, living in shelters, even in their cars.
Often working multiple jobs and still worried about how are they going to pay rent, utilities.
They're unable to have their basic needs met. That is a screaming red flag.
If you can reduce significant expenses in a family budget, you actually have given them a raise in a way.
So we started thinking, what if we could purchase housing as a form of salary for teachers?
Friends Center for Children is an early care and education program designed to serve children ages 3 months to 5 years and their families. We also serve the educators who care for the children under our care. Friends Center for Children was founded in 2007 officially, but we started talking about it in 2001. So I was looking to start a school, and the Quakers were looking to start a school. And what we really decided to do was reach out to the community. And what they said they needed was early care and education.
So the kids that come to kindergarten who've already had a quality early pre-K experience come in ahead of their peers who haven't in terms of their language development, their knowledge of words, their understanding of what it means to be in a classroom, their ability to sit still. I think a great place to start is to make sure that all of our little ones start off with the same kind of educational experiences in the beginning that are just tried and true in terms of what that means for their learning all the way through their education experience.
If we really want to create a thriving society economically, we need to make sure that we are creating opportunities for parents to have their children go somewhere safe so that they can work. It really aligns with the Quaker practice and belief that everyone has equal value and has a voice. And that goes for parents, family members, as well as the educators who support them.
Caregivers need to be stable in order to provide the setting and type of learning that children need. And so children's outcomes are better if their caregivers are thriving and have their basic needs met.
So you've got housing costs escalating, and that's been a trend we've been seeing in Trouble to Buy for a while. At the same time, wages are just not increasing nearly as much as housing costs are.
I mean, they're paid 97% less than all other jobs, which is not livable.
How do we raise salaries in the absence of federal or state subsidies without raising tuition and without needing to fundraise more? We spent 8 months trying to figure it out, and we couldn't. And I suggested that we look at the problem from a different lens, which was, okay, if we can't add cash into the budget to be able to raise salaries, can we remove an expense from our educators? Since we could not provide them with a rent voucher, we would explore finding supporters who would help us purchase a property at a one-time expense that would then create an annualized return.
My name is Greg Melville. I'm a member of the board of Friends Center for Children. My wife, Susan Fox, and I are longtime supporters and donors to Friends Center for Children. There was a great need that we understood for housing for teachers. Alex had found Yale School of Architecture. Before we knew it, they were building. It was a dream come true.
Waking up and having one less worry, amazing feeling. Hi, my name is Paris Pierce, and I am assistant preschool teacher for Friends Center for Children at the East Grand location. Before teacher housing, I was living in an apartment where my children didn't have their own room, and now they have their own room.
So before the housing program, I was sharing a room with my cousin and my brother. I mean, it was 3 people in just one room, 3 beds. And I didn't have space. So by that time, I was living in Waterbury. Friends Center is in New Haven. So I have to commute 50 minutes every day to go to work, and then 50 minutes to go back to Waterbury. There was a lot of money that was wasting in gas, and a lot of time I was wasting that I could be doing other things like studying, be ready for the classroom to the next day. It's hard to then to have an impact on other people when you are having problems yourself, when the money is not enough. You don't know what you're gonna be eating tomorrow. It's hard.
the work that they're putting in each and every day to form and shape the lives of future leaders of our world is so incredibly valuable. The Teacher Housing Initiative taps into the need. It taps into what educators said was a barrier.
We knew it would work from the beginning, and what we realized pretty quickly is there were all these additional things that made it remarkable. I've seen credit repaired. I've seen utilities put back in your name. I've seen someone purchase a car.
I've seen a community grow, and network and connections of those who do live in housing to support each other. Some single moms who need some support in terms of, now someone next door is someone that you actually know very well and work with.
Sometimes I'll babysit my neighbor's son, and sometimes she'll babysit my son. Sometimes we'll go over and have lunch and dinner together. It's just great being in that community and just having people to rely on, like, right there.
It's provided a sense of peace, provided comfort. Now they are able to put that money toward owning a home, and working with the financial coach that's part of the housing program allows them to really think about what they want to do in the future and how they're going to use the money that they would be using for rent.
Every teacher who's in the Friend Center Teacher Housing Initiative is paired with a fiscal mentor, and they meet monthly and they talk about what their goals are, and their goals are different for every person in housing.
She's giving me tips on how to save. She gave me a budget sheet. Recently, she helped me open up a different bank account.
It has helped me a lot to save from my insurance. It has helped me a lot to teach me how to manage my money.
What that creates is safety when you enter the school doors too, because they're feeling secure outside, so that when they come in, they're just in a better space. They're in a better headspace.
And that's what the children need, is someone being their best selves. I'm just in a happy place, and I love it. And I have Friend Center to thank for that.
My future is brighter now because I have time now for myself.
By investing in housing and creating this opportunity for teachers to live for free, it in turn gives them a salaried benefit that increases their salary. So as a result of that, for the organization, we actually have a salary savings. Our goal is to replicate the Teacher Housing Initiative so that it does have transformative change across the country. And we are doing that right now.
We had wonderful coverage in the media after House 1 was completed. Before we knew it, we were receiving phone calls from early childhood providers in Georgia, Massachusetts, Michigan.
I'm Kathy Zenda-Wilson. I am co-executive director of Pulse at the W.E. Upjohn Institute, where we are charged with trying to support an effective early childhood system for all of the families with children in the state of Michigan. We learned about the Friend Center program by a CBS News report.
So we watch it every day. We love to learn about what other communities are doing, because this is a childcare crisis, not just in our community. It's going on across the country.
They answered. I said, you have no idea who I am, but I'm Kathy Zenda-Wilson in Southwest Michigan, and I am really inspired by this story. Could we talk to Alex? And she took our call.
We have had several years of housing subsidies, and we're out of grant money now. So either we go out and seek additional grant money that is going to be utilized, and then at the end, we're going to need more money, or we think about an initiative like this Teacher Housing Initiative.
We are creating housing for 105 educators throughout Battle Creek, and they will have access based on just being an early care and education teacher in the city of Battle Creek, so they can move in between different school and educational settings.
She invited us to join them in October last year, and we were there for their open house. When you talk to the people living in those homes and you see just their energy and the way they feel so seen and appreciated, it was like, this is what we're after.
Thank you, Friend Center, for making this workplace a community, and thank you for seeing me not just as an employee, but as a friend.
They've been walking along with us every step of the way.
And we're not New Haven, so it's going to have to look different. We've already got commitments from some local funders, and we have an organization that's willing to be the homeowner as well as the property manager.
We're very much similar to Alex in the sense that if somebody were to call us, we'd respond as well. We were just very happy that Alex did.
We believe that while internally we can provide care for the children in our program, we should be changing systems across the entire state and across the entire country. And so we do that by lending our voice and lending our perspective and empowering our families to be part of those conversations, to be at the table. And so we are chair of Child Care for Connecticut, which is the organization that just passed sweeping legislation in Connecticut. It's the most comprehensive legislation across the entire country at this point. It brings $860 million into our state over the next 2 years to create a functioning, robust early care and education system. And we have been part of that all along the way.
This project is really a breakthrough. It is literally and figuratively groundbreaking for our nation.
Wealth is built through property, right, and through land. And so we're creating opportunities for our educators to have a pathway to that.
That's an immediate way to raise salaries permanently for a one-time cost. We know all this, and yet we refuse to invest and make decisions to put money into a system that is so desperately in need. We need money to be able to create these solutions when we're in a system that is broken. It is our responsibility because it's not being done by the people who are responsible. We will not accept the status quo. So until decision makers really recognize and see the critical value of early care and education and the educators who do this work, we're going to do what we need to do.
If you can build a physical endowment to give back to your employees in a very meaningful way, why not?